Welcome, I'm Suzanne. This practice is all about bringing out your vital essence, the supreme truth, the supreme self. In yoga science, we have this word called Maya, and what that means is illusion. And the idea is that all of our relationships, all of the things that we acquire, all of this is an illusion for us to work with and skillfully navigate so that we can come back to our center, back to the truth, the supreme self. And that's kind of our supreme dharma in this world, our supreme purpose, is to recognize the truth of ourselves, our true purpose in this life. And so we use our hatha yoga practice, we use our meditation practice, we use our skillful action to try to find that truth at all times throughout the day. But sometimes it gets fogged, and that's where the word Maya, illusion, starts to come in. Sometimes we start to identify with the ego. We start to identify with our things. We get upset when things don't go our way, rather than attuning to the truth that is eternal and non-changing. This practice is all about kind of unfogging the lens of your glasses, or the windshield rather, and starting to cultivate a sense of clarity, of truth, where the ego dissolves and all that's left is your intuitive true self. Let's begin. We'll start out standing in Tadasana mountain pose at the top of your mat. Feet are sitting bones distance apart, directly under these hip bones here. And then take a moment to just stand tall through the plumb lines of the feet, feeling all four corners of the feet, lift through the calves, lift through the kneecaps, draw the navel in towards the sacrum, draw the shoulder blades back and down, stand tall in your Tadasana mountain pose. Take a moment to assess the weather pattern, what's going on inside, how do you feel? Draw one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Start to ignite the breath, inhaling, belly, ribs, chest all expand. Exhaling, navel draws in towards the back body. A complete yogic breath here, inhaling, expanding. Exhaling, navel draws in towards the spine. Let the breath flow through the entire torso. Remember your intention to reveal the true self. One more deep breath. On your next inhale, start to open the arms, open and out, lengthen through the spine and through the side body. Exhale, draw the arms by your side, navel towards the spine. Please repeat, inhaling, open and up. Exhaling, arms by your sides. Option to come high onto the balls of the feet now. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine, through the side body. Exhaling, slowly lowering the heels as you descend. Breath is the same count in and out, Samavriti breath, inhaling. Activating a light Ujjayi pranayama now as you continue this breath, that constriction in the back of the throat as you breathe, that warms you up and starts to build the circulating qualities in the flow of the body. One more round, let's come all the way up, high onto the balls of the feet, and hold. Fix your gaze to try to maintain balance. Get all the toes onto the ground nice and evenly. Good. Inhale, 5 more length. Whoop, I lost it a little there. Exhale, slowly start to release down. Drawing the arms by your sides, navel towards the spine. Remember that intention to disclose the true self, satchitananda. We'll draw the hands to heart center, inhaling, opening the arms, open and up, lengthening through the side. Same thing, exhale, flat spine and fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, step back, plank pose, top of a push-up. Holding here for a few deep breaths, feeling the strength of the body, the warmth building up. Refining the pose a little bit, rolling the thighs in and back, drawing the navel in just like in Tadasana, feeling the shoulder blades glide down the back, the collarbone shine as you gaze slightly forward of the fingertips. On your next exhale, take the knees down and lay down onto your belly, allowing the elbows to brush tight by your sides like a grasshopper. Walk the feet back just a couple inches or so and prepare for Vimanasana floor swimming. We'll take the arms out in front of you. Inhale, lift the chest and the thighs up off the floor. Exhale, squeeze the thighs together and cactus the arms. Inhale, reach forward, open the legs. Exhale, cactus and squeeze. Please continue there. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, cactus the arms, squeeze the thighs together. 5 more. Continuing to find more strength in the back body every time you lift. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, strengthening as you lift and draw the navel in. Good. 2 more. On your last one, you'll pull the arms back and hold. Thighs are squeezing tight together in your Vimanasana floor swimming. Lift a little bit higher. Squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit more. Lift a little bit higher. Draw those shoulder blades together tighter. Lift the thighs more. 1 more breath. Lift higher. And then exhale, release. Let the head rest on the hands. And relax the whole body. Recenter in on your breath. Feel the breath flowing through the entire body. Breathe the whole body. And then let's take the hands underneath the shoulders, elbows in tight by your sides, tucking the toes. Maybe you come through tabletop, but maybe you shift forward, getting the knees up off the floor, plunging the body forward into chaturanga first. And then shifting through plank and downward facing dog. Landing in down dog, take a moment to refine the pose. Send the heels towards the floor, bend the knees slightly. Push the sitting bones up and back. Push through the heels of the hands. Feel the spine glide away from the shoulder blades here. And then find your breath. Inhaling, expanding through the entire torso. Exhale, centering behind the navel. Inhaling, breath expands throughout the limbs, through the extremities. Exhaling, the breath draws the navel towards the spine. Please continue there a few more deep breaths, breathing the whole body, feeling the expansive quality of all your inhales and that centering and grounding of every exhale. One more deep breath, feeling your prana, your life force energy flow through you. And then stepping the feet forward and meeting at the top of your mat in Tadasana mountain pose. Standing tall once again, reaffirming your intention to get rid of the fog, to see things clearly, to see the true self. Nice wide step with the right foot back, preparing for side angle pose. We'll start to move dynamically with your breath. Make sure the feet aren't crisscross. The right foot will be more towards the right side of your mat a little bit. Still in that railroad track alignment with the feet. Rotate the rib cage towards the side of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms open and up. Exhale, lunge into side angle, taking the left forearm to the thigh. The right arm will swoop down and around. Inhale, come right back up. Exhale, side angle pose. We'll move in and out of those two poses a few times. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, take the left hand to the shin or the ankle instead. And now as you're breathing and moving here, really accentuate a nice big breath. Feel like you're harnessing all the energy from the room and the beyond into the body. Let's take one more big breath in, pull that energy in. Exhale, let's land in side angle pose. So now the hand can stay on the shin, the forearm can rest on the thigh here, or you can place the hand on the floor or on a block inside of your ankle or your foot today. On your inhale, really reach from the right waistline through the armpit chest, through the elbow. Exhale, rotate the navel towards the ceiling. Inhale, extend through the right side body. Exhale, rotate the navel towards the ceiling. Please continue there, a few more deep breaths. Feeling the body move through the breath, inhaling, feeling the expansive qualities of your inhales, exhaling, feeling the navel draw in as you rotate it more towards the ceiling. We've got a few more deep breaths here. Continue to invigorate the pose from the inside out. On your next inhale, you'll slowly start to rise. You'll take the toes towards the side of your mat. Release the arms by your sides. Go inside. Feel the whole body. Breathe the whole body. And let's try the other side. So just twist the toes towards the back of the mat. If you think you're going to use your block, go ahead and place it down there. Step your left foot slightly towards what is now the left side of your mat, and then rotate the rib cage towards that side. Inhale, big reach with the arms up. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, big reach, harnessing the prawn. Exhaling, side angle. So getting that breath really big now, inhaling. Option to take the hand to the shin or the ankle if you want more. Landing in side angle on this one, maybe it's forearm to thigh. Maybe it's hand on a block inside the foot. Wherever you are, push the leg into the arm and vice versa. Create that nice isometric contraction for the inner thigh. Inhale, reach from the left waistline through the armpit to the elbow. Exhale, rotate the navel towards the ceiling. Continuing there, big, full, complete breaths. Working the pose from the inside out. Activating that expansive breath and that centering behind the navel, twisting the navel towards the ceiling more. One more big breath, really reach. Good, and then on your next inhale, you'll slowly come to stand, toes towards the side of your mat. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhaling, arms by your side. Take a moment, recenter, recalibrate. And let's step forward towards the front of your mat. Drawing the hands to heart center, remembering that intention. The truth, the true self, satchitananda, wisdom, consciousness, and bliss. On your inhale, reach the arms open and up, find a long spine. Exhale, take a flat spine and fold all the way down. You can bend the knees a little bit here. Inhale, lengthen from the back of the heart, extending the spine to a half lift. Exhale, fold, feeling the navel draw towards the spine. Step the right foot back, soften to the right knee. Inhaling, Anjaneyasana, reaching the arms open and up as you lengthen the spine and lift the heart. Exhaling, taking the hands to the floor in front of you, stepping forward and folding. Inhaling, half lifting. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, rising, lifting with the back of the heart all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Other side, inhaling, long spine. Exhaling, folding. Inhaling, half lifting. Exhaling, left leg, left knee. Arms reach up, lift the heart. Anjaneyasana, gaze follows the heart. Exhale, release the hands to the floor. Step forward and fold. Inhale, half lift, extend the spine. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, long spine as you come all the way up. Hands to heart center. Now you're welcome to stay there as we continue, but we'll be increasing intensity, so do you, don't overdo. All right, on inhale, lengthen the spine, lower abs pulled in as you find the back bend. Exhale, flat spine and fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen through the back of the heart. Exhale, right leg, right knee. Anjaneyasana. Arms behind you. Shoulders pull back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Step forward and fold upper arms towards the front of your mat. Lifting from the back of the heart all the way up, reaching up. Hands to heart center. Other side, inhale, long spine, lower abs pulled in as you lift the heart. Exhale, flat spine and fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, left leg, left knee. Anjaneyasana, big reach up, big lift of the heart. Exhale, draw the arms behind you. Inhale, shoulders back, heart opens more. Exhale, we step forward and fold upper arms towards the front. Inhaling, rising. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Recenter on your breath. Remember your intention. And let's do it again. Inhaling, reaching up. And fold. Half lift. Right leg. Anjaneyasana. Arms behind you. Heart opens. Fold. Rising. Hands to heart. Other side. Left leg. Rising. Opening. Heart. Folding. Staying in your Uttanasana forward fold now, we'll meet there. Keeping the hands interlaced, sending the upper arms towards the front of the room. You can bend the elbow slightly here, squeeze the shoulder blades together, send the upper arms a little bit forward more. Push the sitting bones up and back a little bit. Draw the top rim of the sacrum towards the space between the thighs. Steady your breathing, steady your gaze. On your next inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, fierce pose, sit deep in your chair. Draw the lower abdomen in towards the spine, lengthen the lower back. If this is too much for the arms, take the arms parallel to the floor or take cactus arms. That's perfectly okay. Otherwise, inhale, lift the heart more. Exhale, squeeze the pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold belly towards the thighs, arms swing by your feet. Inhale, sit in your chair, the knees stay bent. Exhale, Mula Bandha. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold, navel in. Inhale, sit in your chair. Exhale, Mula Bandha. Inhale, thumbs pull back. Exhale, fold. We've got 2 more. And now we'll sit in your chair and hold Utkatasana. Take about 5 or so deep breaths here, sitting a little bit deeper. Lifting the heart a little bit more. Contracting the lower abdomen in a little bit more. Inhale, pulling the thumbs back a little bit more. Exhale, sitting deeper, lower abs contract. Continue to breathe. Smooth out your breathing as you find your edge and build intensity here. Beautiful job, yogis. On your next inhale, you'll rise. And exhale, release the arms by your sides. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. Stand nice and tall. Feel the whole body. Breathe the whole body. Recenter using your breath. Find homeostasis using your breath. With this railroad track alignment, we'll step the right foot back just a few feet, not too far here. Keep the hips going forward, but rotate the upper torso towards the side of your mat. Dynamic Trikonasana triangle pose. You'll inhale, reach the left arm up, get long in the left side body, and then exhale, start to find triangle, extend from the left waistline, open the wings 12 and 6. Pull the left sitting bone towards the back of your mat. Inhale, reach the right arm forward, dome the right side body. Exhale, draw the arm by your side as you gaze at the left toes. Inhale, scoop the left arm up, reverse triangle, reach back. Exhale, find Trikonasana, extend and open the wings. Inhale, reach forward, dome the side body. Exhale, arm by your side, gaze at the toes. Inhale, scoop up. We'll repeat this sequence a few more times, moving with the flow of your breath. One more round. And now let's stay in extended triangle here. Inhale, really reach from the right side body, through the armpit, through the elbow. Exhale, navel pulls in and you rotate the navel towards the ceiling, drawing the right ribs back, left ribs forward. Please continue there, just like in your side angle, really working the pose from the inside out. Keep breathing the whole body, expanding, centering, feeling that pulse of prana throughout all the cells, moving throughout all the limbs, infusing your body with that vital force, that intelligence. Keep breathing nice and big, feel the breath. Rotate a little bit more as you exhale. Good. On your next inhale, you'll reach the arms open and up. Take the toes towards the side of your mat. Exhale, release the arms by your side. Take a moment, go inside, and just notice how you feel. Recentering in on the breath, using it as a tool to land in a place of homeostasis, of balance. And then let's twist the toes towards the other side for the same thing on the other side. So make sure the feet are not crisscrossed. You still want to keep that railroad track alignment with the feet. So if I were to step the left foot forward, my feet are still at sitting bones distance here. So maintain that as you come into your Trikonasana triangle. Hips are drawing this way, rib cage drawing to the side. Inhaling, reaching up, micro bend of the right knee. Exhaling, Trikonasana. Inhaling, reach forward, dome. Exhaling, arm by your side as you gaze at the toes. Inhaling, scoop that right arm up, extend into the side body stretch, and exhale, find Trikonasana. Lost my words there. Inhale, reach forward. It was just too yummy. Exhale, gaze at the toes. Inhale, reach up, reverse triangle. There we go. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, stretch out the neck, pull the shoulder back. Good. A few more rounds with your breath. Inhaling, rising. Exhaling, let's take the next one and stay in that extended variation. Inhaling, reaching, pulling the right sitting bone back. Exhaling, navel draws in, rotate towards the ceiling. Left ribs back, right ribs forward. Please continue there. Nice, big, deep breaths. On your next inhale, you'll come all the way to stand, reaching the arms up. Exhale, release the arms by your side. Notice how you feel. What's the weather pattern now? So making your way over to the wall, to any wall, allowing your right hip to face the wall. Taking your right toes straight up towards the ceiling, pulling the right thigh up and out, using this arm as leverage and the left hand to rotate the ribs towards the center of the room. Take a few deep breaths here. Allow the body to adjust. And now this might be as far as you go, or you might choose to take it a little farther, sending the right side body towards the right thigh, upper arm on the inner thigh, not hunching over, but opening up, using that arm as leverage to rotate towards the ceiling. And now this might be as far as you go. But if you're breathing smooth and you feel like you can handle more, hand to the shoulder, elbow lifts up and goes towards the ceiling, hand wraps under the calf or the ankle. And now this might be as far as you go. Or you might choose to take that left arm up and overhead towards the wall. And now wherever you are, you're breathing the whole body. Breathing into all the different pockets in the body. And not hunching over at all, but really twisting the navel towards the ceiling. Nice, big, open pose. A few more breaths. moment, notice the difference between the right and left side. It's like you're a foot taller on one side, so let's even it out. So now we've got the left hip towards the wall, left toes up. I'm going to use the left hand to pull the thigh up and out, and the right hand to twist the ribs towards the center of the room. And from here, I'll take a moment, allow the body to adjust. And you know where we're going now. If you feel well adjusted after a couple breaths, you'll take the upper arm on the inside of the thigh. Keep twisting towards the middle of the room. Breathing here for a moment, making sure the breath is smooth before you move on. And then go ahead and reaching for the calf or the ankle, maybe hand to shoulder, maybe elbow up. Taking a moment here, breathing nice and big. And maybe starting to extend the right arm overhead towards the wall. Navel towards the ceiling, full deep breathing. Navel towards the ceiling, full deep breathing. Slowly start to make your way out, bending the knee, coming out, and shaking out the legs. Coming back to the top of your mat now, meeting in Tadasana, mountain pose, hands to heart center, reaffirming our intention to be established in the true self, to remove all the fog so that we can see clearly and lead with our own truth. On your inhale, reaching the arms open and up, maybe take a back bend here. Exhale, take a flat spine and fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank pose, top of a push-up. Feel yourself a long line of energy from the crown of the head to the heels. Stabilize your plank. If at any moment it's too much, soften to the knees. Be a long line from the crown of the head to the knees or to the heels. Hips not dipping or rising, but you're a straight line. Either left knee down for gate, right arm up, or take Vashisthasana side plank, stacking or staggering the feet, whatever works. So staggered would be one foot in front of the other, stacking is one on top of the other. Get higher out of your left shoulder, broaden the chest, really stack the shoulders, stack the hips. Good, now some of you are gonna stay here, but some of you are gonna reach that right arm forward and dome the side body. Steadying your breath. One more breath, and then slowly release back to plank pose. Hold plank for a breath or two. I'm just going to rotate to the other side so you can see. And then on your next exhale, lower the left knee towards the floor and open up the right arm towards the ceiling. Or maybe it's the other way for you. Right knee towards the floor, left arm towards the ceiling. There we go. Inhale, reach forward and dome the side body. Maybe you're stacking the feet. Maybe the knee stays under the hip. Whatever works for you. And then find your breath. Smooth it out. One more breath, really reach And then slowly release back to plank. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose, you choose. Breathing the whole body, feeling the whole body. Inhale, lift from the inseam of the right thigh up into three-legged down dog. Push through the heel, get the spine nice and long. Start to stack the hips, stack the right hip over the left. Lift the inseam of the right thigh higher. Send the right leg behind you, and then bend the knee and scorpion the tail behind you. Lift the knee higher than the hips and the thigh back more. Try not to let the right shoulder come up. It wants to come up. Keep the shoulders level. Steady your breathing. Let's try that on the other side. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, lower the leg to meet the left. Take a moment, a nice breath to recenter. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Straighten the leg, push through the heel, get the spine long. Stack the hips now. Left hip stacked over right. Lift the leg higher, send the leg back, and then bend the knee and scorpion the tail behind you. Knee is higher than the hip, shoulders parallel to the floor. Stay with your breath. Keep lifting that leg a little higher. Send the thigh back a little bit more. Smooth out your breathing more. And slowly start to release that leg. Let's all take child's pose together now. Knees wide, toes together. And then let the belly hang between the thighs as you walk the arms forward, placing the forehead onto the mat. Recenter in on your breath. Use it to maintain a sense of balance in the body-mind-sense complex. And then use this moment, this fold, this quiet time as an opportunity to contemplate what brings you great joy, what makes you feel centered and at home in the self. Maybe you're a painter, maybe you like to write music, maybe it has to do with feng shui and cleaning the house and moving stuff, but what brings you back to center? As the truth is right in here, but you just have to take a moment to feel it, to see it, and let that lead the way. And now we'll set the intention to add a little bit more of that into our lives, whatever it may be. Music, dance, poetry, reading, walking, phone calls to old friends, whatever it may be, bring it back. See it happening successfully. Watch yourself do it. As where your intention goes, your prana, your energy will flow. Let's come right back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a nice breath here. Breathe the whole body. Infuse the whole body with that life force, with that intention. Inhale, high in the balls of the feet. Exhale, step the right foot forward to the right thumb. Externally rotate the left thigh and come to stand. We'll prepare for a bind now, side angle with a bind. You might choose to have a strap handy for this. I highly recommend it. If you don't have a strap at home, just use a tie or a scarf or an extra dish towel, whatever you got going on, all right? Place that strap in the left hand and let that hang out behind you. We'll start with side angle. So you lunge deep into the right thigh, get the right shoulder on the inside of the right thigh, reach underneath the leg for the other end of the strap, right? And then walk the fingertips forward as far as you can. And now rather than leaning forward like this, if you have the hands and you're leaning forward, use a strap so that you can get the form right and allow prana to flow through the body. All right, so we're gonna lean back, just like in Cobra, in Utkatasana, in Vimanasana floor swimming. And then we'll straighten the arms towards the back heel. And then let the gaze follow. My arm is leveraging against my thigh to create a little bit more rotation in the torso. And now we hold the pose and we breathe nice and steady. And all the while we're doing this, we're feeling the navel pull in towards the spine, and we're drawing the left ribs back, the right ribs forward, the navel towards the ceiling. Stay breathing, smooth out the breath, cultivate that expansion and that centering. Find it in the whole body, breathe the whole body. Now you have the option to stay here or slowly start to straighten the right leg for extended or for bound trikonasana rather than dumping towards the thigh. Pull away from the thigh, straighten the arms again, lean back. Draw the left ribs back, right ribs forward, navel towards the ceiling, and breathe the whole body once again. Staying in the pose, breathing, smoothing out the breath. And building that heat in the body, that tapas, right? Building that glow in the body, that wherewithal, that willpower. Keep going, you got this. Let's take one more deep breath here. And then we'll bend the knee, release the strap, and slowly start to come out. Take the toes towards the side of your mat. Go inside and notice how you feel. So after we take these big binds, it's very often the case that we feel this kind of flush of energy, right? That things just kind of fall away. And then you start to feel that the fog starts to shift from the body, and oh my gosh, there's a clearing. I can see clearly now. All the rain is gone. All right, let's try that on the other side. Twist the toes towards the other side of your mat. Step the right foot slightly towards the side of the mat so the feet are not crisscrossed now. Lunge deep into the left thigh, strap in the right hand now. Side angle first, and then bring that shoulder down by the thigh. And go ahead and start to reach for your strap, and we're not hunching over here just to reach the fingertips. That's not the goal. Lean back, straighten the arms. Draw the left ribs forward, leverage that arm against the leg a little bit. Twist the navel towards the ceiling. And then cultivate a sense of peace and equanimity even as you hold this difficult pose. So that's the challenge, right? That's the challenge when you go through life, is to be bound, right? To feel stuck, to feel constricted, and yet to be able to find peace wherever you are. So it's not necessarily the job or the things out there that are the issue, the boyfriend, the girlfriend that's giving you trouble, the child, all these crazy relationships, right? It's not necessarily that. It's your ability to skillfully navigate those circumstances. And you know that this is the case. You know that it's not the other person because often you're very much so in love with that person. It's you that's shifting. It's your mind that's shifting. So one day we might feel like we're in love with someone. Bound Trikonasana. Start to straighten the left leg. Hold the pose. Pull away from the left thigh. One day you might feel like you're in love with someone, and the next moment they do something that puts you on edge, and all of a sudden they're the worst person in the world. One day you might find you really enjoy, looking at yourself in the mirror. You feel good, you feel confident, and then an hour later you don't feel so hot. So it's not necessarily the person or the thing. It's all in here. So learn to cultivate that breath as a way to find equanimity. Transform your thoughts, transform your energy into a place of sattva, of balance. Let's slowly start to make our way all the way out, toes towards the side of your mat. Take a moment, feel. Feel all the clouds gone. Let's heel toe our feet towards each other, and we'll go ahead and come to stand on the knees. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. If the knees feel a little bit tender, take your blanket underneath your knees. That's always helpful for me. All right, and then extend your left leg out to the left, toes forward. Start to reach down the left leg, reach the right arm up and over, and breathe deeply into the right side body. And this is the same thing. We're not hunching over, we're leaning back. Right ribs back, left ribs forward, navel towards the ceiling. We'll take one more deep breath here. And then on your inhale, you'll rise and slowly release back to center. Notice the difference between the left and right side. One side's a few inches taller. Let's try it on the other side. So what we're learning is that the illusion of Maya is not necessarily all the things that are out there and manifest. It's our identification with them and how we relate to them. It's how the mind processes all the information and whether or not we're able to attune to the truth, to our intuition, the one that knows, the one that can see beyond all of this material existence, that can see beyond our attachments. That's what it's all about. So when you look at your daughter or your son or your neighbor or your husband or your partner, can you see the same intrinsic values that you see in yourself? The great goodness, the love, the kindness. Can you see a soul that's hurting, or do you just see the actions on the outside? And when you look at your life, is it the job, is it the partner, is it the thing that you didn't get that's plaguing you, or is it something else, something deep inside? This lack of identification with the truth, with your intuition, with the Supreme Self. Inhaling, rising, exhaling, releasing. We'll go ahead and sit on the heels for a moment. Return to that thing that we contemplated earlier that helped you feel at home, that helped you feel centered. See it. See yourself doing it successfully. All right, and then let's take our legs out in front of us. You might choose to sit on a blanket here, whatever you like, and just have your strap or your towel handy, whatever works. We're going to start to roll the thighs a little bit in and out, in and out, in and out of the hip sockets. Get them a little bit loose. I learned this nice little joint lubrication from master teacher Sonia Lauren Tulin. She's a great teacher in the Albany area. So keep going with that. And then go ahead and bend your right leg in. And I'm going to show you where we're going, and then we'll do it together. This pose, like any pose, is a universe in and of itself, and you meet yourself where you are. You don't push to grab the foot or, whatever. You just kind of meet yourself along the spectrum of the pose, okay? So I'm going to rotate towards my right thigh and take my left hand and hold the ankle. And then I'll slowly start to lean with the right side body, or with the left side body rather, towards my left leg. And then level one, I'll just kind of hold my elbow up here, feel that out. Level two, I'll start to reach for the outside of the foot, and then I'm not leaning forward. I'm twisting the navel towards the ceiling, just as we've been doing all class. And then we'll hang out here for a while. The knee wants to buckle in, but you're going to send it out and try to anchor the right hip down. And I could stay here forever. I do love this pose, but let's do it together. All right, so I'm going to grab a strap for the demo here. I'm going to take the strap around the foot that's extended. I'm going to take my right hand here towards the ankle as I twist towards this leg, and then I'll reach for the strap here. I'm walking the fingertips towards the foot, towards the foot, towards the foot, trying not to twist too much over and hunch over, and then slowly working the upper torso underneath the arm, and then twisting the navel towards the ceiling, towards the ceiling, towards the ceiling. And then where are you? You're established in your breath, holding the pose. Stay with your breath. Smooth out the breath. Feel all the feels. It's so delicious. Anchor the right hip down. Keep sending the navel towards the ceiling. Try not to hunch forward. Smooth out the breath. Find your edge and work with it. But if you can't work with that edge, then you've gone too far, okay? So make sure you can really work with the breath and massage it into the pockets of the body that feel a little tight. And now breathe your intention through the body to be established in the truth, established in the Supreme Self, Satchitananda, the one that knows, the one that's conscious, the one that's in bliss and joy. Let's take one more deep breath here. Slowly release the strap and then make your way up. Sit tall for a moment, land. And just feel the afterglow of your efforts. So good. Let's try this on the other side. Bend the left leg in. Work your strap around the foot. Take your right hand and reach for the ankle. The left hand reaches over towards the strap. Walk the fingertips towards the foot. Start to lean towards the right thigh and then rotate. Externally rotating the left thigh, anchoring the left hip towards the floor. Land in the pose. Holding the pose, working with your edge, working with your breath. Navel draws towards the ceiling. Breathing the whole body. Feeling your prana, your life force, that innate intelligent life force going through all the different pockets and cells of the body that were once hidden but are now revealed. Recalling your intention to be established in the true Supreme Self, Satchitananda. Breathing that into the body. On your next inhale, slowly come up and feel all the feels. Let's prepare for Shavasana. We'll lay down on your mat. Feet about as wide as the mat. Shoulders slightly under the chest, arms by your sides. Laying down and just feeling the body dissolve, the mind dissolve, until all that's left is the truth of boundless, spacious awareness. up into the breath. Start to breathe the whole body, feeling the expansive qualities of your inhales and the centering of your exhale. Beginning to move the extremities and eventually rolling to your side, allowing your head to rest on your arm. Sitting tall yet relaxed on a blanket or a pillow, whatever you have there. And then joining the tip of the pointer and thumb finger together in chin mudra, resting the hands on the thighs. Drawing the chin slightly in, long spine, and nestling in the essence of you, the truth. Feeling that spaciousness you've created. Bringing your awareness now into the cave of the heart, center of the chest, deep within. And from deep within, silently hearing. Silently hearing the Om mantra come out of the cave of the heart. Resting in that vibration. Bowing the chin towards the chest and hands to heart center. Recognize that this divine space is available to you at all times. You just have to see through the fog. And cultivating the words of Swami Rama and Guru Ramlev, vowing to remember the self, to love the self, and serve the Supreme Self, the truth, with every thought, every word, and every deed. Bowing down in gratitude to the Guru lineage. Namaste.